World War II, a time of unprecedented conflict and chaos. Nations clashed, and the fate of the world hung in the balance. Amidst the roar of cannons, a secret weapon emerged, not of steel and fire, but of cunning and creativity. They were known as the Ghost Army, the magicians of death, masters of deception, who fought with art, not arms. Their story begins far from the front lines, at Camp Forest, Tennessee, where an unusual group gathered. Artists, illustrators, architects, and sound engineers, all drafted, but for a mission unlike any other. Among them, future fashion icon Bill Blass, a young man with a keen eye for detail and design, and Ellsworth Kelly, who would later become a celebrated minimalist painter, bringing his artistic vision to the battlefield. The U.S. Army had a wild, audacious idea: to win battles not with brute force, but with elaborate illusions. This was the birth of the 23rd Headquarters Special Troops, a unit dedicated entirely to tactical deception. Their mission: to impersonate larger, more powerful units, diverting enemy attention and resources. They would create a phantom army, a mirage designed to confuse and mislead the German forces. Their arsenal consisted of 3 ingenious pillars of deception: visual, sonic, and radio. First, the visual show. The inflatable division, a spectacle of rubber and air. Soldiers meticulously inflated life-sized rubber tanks, jeeps, and trucks, transforming them into convincing decoys. From above, these phantom armies looked incredibly real, complete with tire tracks and camouflaged positions. Under the cover of darkness, these rubber giants were moved, creating the illusion of massive troop movements. They even wore different unit patches in French villages, convincing locals of a different presence. Next, the sonic show, the wall of sound. A symphony of war designed to mislead. At Fort Knox, they recorded authentic tank engine roars, artillery fire, and troop movements. These sounds were then blasted across the front lines at night, creating an auditory illusion of a massive army. Engine noises, mechanics, shouts, and metal clanking echoed through the darkness, convincing the enemy of a large force. German commanders, hearing the phantom army, often diverted their troops, falling for the sonic trap. Finally, the radio show. Spoof operators, a web of fake communications. Skilled operators mimicked the unique Morse code fists of real units, sending out convincing but false messages. This created a dense, confusing web of radio traffic, making it impossible for German intelligence to discern the truth. The Ghost Army's operations were so convincing, they often fooled even their own allies. One memorable incident involved 2 French civilians cycling through the countryside. They stumbled upon a bizarre sight: American soldiers struggling with a tank. To their astonishment, the soldiers casually flipped the tank over, revealing its rubber nature. One soldier, quick-witted, declared, "Americans are very strong." The civilians were left speechless. This comedic moment underscored the constant danger. If their deception was discovered, the consequences would be dire. Their masterpiece came during Operation V, a critical maneuver to cross the Rhine River. Hundreds of inflatable tanks, trucks, and artillery pieces were deployed, creating a massive phantom army. Simulated bridge-building sounds, fake headquarters with laundry lines, and cooking fires completed the illusion. The Germans concentrated their artillery and troops on this decoy site, believing it to be the main assault. Meanwhile, the real Ninth Army crossed the Rhine elsewhere, achieving a bloodless victory. The Ghost Army's deception saved countless lives and significantly shortened the war. Yet, their heroism remained a secret for decades, classified by the U.S. government. The veterans carried the burden of silence, unable to share their extraordinary story. It wasn't until 1996 that their records were declassified, finally revealing their incredible contributions. The legacy of the Ghost Army reminds us that creativity and imagination are powerful weapons. In the darkest hours of World War II, the most effective weapon wasn't a bullet. It was imagination. In the twilight of World War II, an unseen threat drifted across the vast Pacific. A silent invasion, carried by the winds, began to reach American shores. This is the story of Japan's Fugo balloon bombs, a weapon unlike any other. A daring, desperate plan that remains one of history's most peculiar mysteries. While the Allies raced to develop atomic power, Japan pursued a different kind of innovation, their secret weapon, paper balloons, designed to carry incendiary devices. The Fugo project was an engineering marvel, born from necessity and ingenuity. Thousands of Japanese schoolgirls became vital to this effort, their small hands building a silent armada. They worked tirelessly, assembling the delicate yet robust envelopes of these aerial weapons. Each balloon was a complex mosaic of mulberry paper, glued together with konyaku paste. Filled with hydrogen, these balloons were designed to float across the ocean. An ingenious ballast system regulated altitude, dropping sandbags as hydrogen escaped. The key was the jet stream, a powerful high-altitude current discovered by Japanese meteorologists. This invisible highway would carry the balloons thousands of miles, directly to their targets. Each balloon carried a payload of bombs, intended to ignite wildfires and sow panic. From late 1944 to early 1945, thousands of these silent weapons were launched. They were a desperate measure, a final attempt to strike at the American homeland. Most vanished without a trace, lost to the ocean or the vast wilderness, but some made it, landing in remote areas, their presence often unnoticed. Then, on May 5, 1945, the silent invasion turned deadly in Oregon. Reverend Archie Mitchell, his pregnant wife Elsie, and 5 Sunday school children were enjoying a picnic. A seemingly ordinary day, filled with laughter and the joy of spring. Suddenly, the children discovered something unusual tangled in the trees. A large, strange balloon, partially deflated, its ropes caught in the branches. As they approached, curiosity turned to a chilling realization. Without warning, the device detonated, shattering the peaceful afternoon. Chaos erupted. The forest, once serene, became a scene of terror. Elsie and the 5 children were killed instantly, the only fatalities on American soil from enemy action during World War II. The tragedy sent shockwaves, but the U.S. government imposed a strict media blackout. Meanwhile, in Japan, the military anxiously awaited news of their weapons' impact. With no reports of success, the Fugo program was eventually shut down. But the story didn't end there. Decades later, remnants of the Fugo balloons still emerge. Forestry workers and adventurers continue to stumble upon these silent relics, each discovery a chilling reminder of a forgotten chapter of the war. The Fugo balloon bombs represent a unique and haunting aspect of World War II, a testament to human ingenuity, desperation, and the unpredictable nature of conflict. The night the balloons attacked may be over, but their mystery continues to drift through history. In the quiet heart of Tennessee, a profound secret was taking root. A city born of necessity, shrouded in absolute secrecy, would soon emerge. By 1945, this tranquil landscape was transformed into a sprawling industrial complex. Oak Ridge, a name whispered, a place that officially did not exist. Its sudden appearance was a marvel, consuming vast amounts of power. The population exploded, from rural quiet to a bustling metropolis. Families received stark government notices, their homes suddenly claimed. Evicted from their ancestral farms, they made way for an unknown purpose. This was the dawn of a new era, built on displacement and mystery. The scale of construction was unprecedented, a city built from scratch. Factories, barracks, and fences rose with astonishing speed. Checkpoints and guard towers marked the boundaries of this secret world. Workers arrived daily by the busload from across the nation. Their faces held a mix of hope for work and confusion about their destination. They were promised good wages, but sworn to absolute silence. Among them, a unique group, the Calitran girls, operating complex machinery. Their hands moved deftly over dials and switches, their focus intense. They were unaware of the true purpose of the isotopes they were separating. Scientists and military officers observed from behind thick glass. Their expressions were grave, burdened by the weight of their knowledge. The air was thick with unspoken questions, a constant hum of activity. Every cog in this massive machine played a vital, yet mysterious, role. Life in Oak Ridge was defined by an omnipresent culture of paranoia. Posters of the 3 wise monkeys, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, were everywhere. Polygraph tests were routine, a chilling invasion of privacy. The trash police sifted through garbage, searching for any hint of secrets. Undercover agents lurked in smoky bars, listening to every conversation. Tense, Shadowy sequences showed workers whispering, then abruptly disappearing. The fear of being watched, of saying too much, was a constant companion. Central to the process was silver, borrowed from the U.S. Treasury. This precious metal was vital for the electromagnetic separation process. The silver wiring, a testament to the project's immense scale and cost. Then came August 6, 1945, a day that shattered the silence. Workers gathered, reading the Oak Ridge Journal, disbelief etched on their faces. The truth of their labor, the horrifying purpose, finally revealed. Emotional reactions swept through the city. Shock, tears, disbelief, and horror. Flashbacks to the Calitron girls at their posts, now with a new, terrible understanding. The innocent work, the dials and switches, now linked to unimaginable destruction. The weight of that contribution, a moral dilemma for generations. Today, Oak Ridge stands as a national historical park, a testament to its past. Abandoned buildings whisper stories of secrecy and sacrifice. Memorial plaques honor those who worked in the shadows, their contributions now known. The city's legacy endures, a complex tapestry of innovation and moral reckoning. The scars of secrecy remain, a reminder of the choices made during wartime. The stories left behind, a psychological thriller etched into history. In the annals of war, we often celebrate the heroes on the front lines, the battles won by sheer force and strategic might. Yet, behind every victory, every crucial maneuver, lies a silent, often unseen battle of wits and words. This is the story of communication, the unsung weapon that shaped the destiny of nations in the 20th century's greatest conflicts. From the Pacific's dense jungles to the battlefields of Europe, voices whispered secrets, defying capture and confusion. These are the tales of extraordinary individuals whose linguistic prowess and unwavering courage turned the tide of war. Our journey begins in the Pacific, 1942. A brutal war raged, and communication was a constant, perilous challenge. Japanese forces were adept at intercepting and deciphering Allied codes, gaining critical intelligence with alarming speed. The need for an unbreakable code became paramount, a secret language that could withstand the most skilled enemy cryptographers. The solution emerged from an unexpected source, the ancient, unwritten language of the Navajo people. Philip Johnston, a WWII veteran raised on the Navajo reservation, proposed using their complex language for military communications. In 1942, the first 29 Navajo recruits, the original 29, began their top-secret mission. They developed a code within a code, using Navajo words for military terms, creating a dictionary no outsider could comprehend. For instance, a tank became chadogahi, meaning tortoise in Navajo, deceptive metaphor. A fighter plane was Tahiti-hai, or hummingbird, capturing its swift, agile nature in a unique linguistic twist. These code talkers were deployed to the Pacific, their voices becoming the lifeline of Allied operations. Their speed and accuracy were legendary, transmitting messages in minutes that would take hours to encrypt and decrypt. The Battle of Iwo Jima, a brutal and pivotal conflict, showcased their indispensable value. Over 800 messages were sent and received by code talkers during the first 2 days alone, without a single error. Major Howard Kana, a signals officer, famously stated, "Were it not for the Navajos, the Marines would never have taken Iwo Jima." The Japanese, baffled by the incomprehensible transmissions, never broke the code. They believed the sounds were merely gibberish, a testament to the code's ingenious design and the Navajo language's complexity. The code's strength lay in its organic nature, rooted in the rich cultural tapestry of the Navajo people. The code talkers were sworn to secrecy, their heroic contributions remaining classified for decades after the war. It wasn't until 1968 that their program was declassified, finally allowing their incredible story to be told. Their legacy is a powerful reminder of the strength found in diversity and the profound impact of indigenous knowledge. Now, we shift our focus to another group of communication pioneers, whose voices were equally vital in a different war. During World War I, as American troops arrived in France, a critical communication gap emerged. The existing telephone system was chaotic, and a lack of skilled operators threatened to cripple military operations. Enter the Hello Girls, a pioneering group of bilingual American women recruited by the U.S. Army Signal Corps. These women, fluent in both English and French, were tasked with operating crucial switchboards on the front lines. They managed thousands of calls daily, connecting commanders, coordinating troop movements, and relaying vital intelligence. Their dedication was unwavering, even under fire. Many refused to evacuate their posts during artillery bombardments. Their bravery and skill were instrumental in the success of the American Expeditionary Forces. Despite their military service, the Hello Girls were denied veteran status for decades, a profound injustice. It wasn't until 1977, after a long fight, that their contributions were finally recognized, and they received their rightful honors. Their story highlights the persistent struggle for recognition faced by women in military roles throughout history. From the battlefields of WWII, we move to World War II, where another group of women faced a different, yet equally vital, challenge. In the chaos of World War II, millions of letters from home were crucial for troop morale, but a massive backlog threatened to break spirits. Enter the 6,888th Central Postal Directory Battalion, an all-black, all-female unit of the Women's Army Corps, led by Major Charity Adams. These women were deployed to England and later France, facing both the logistical nightmare and racial prejudice. Their mission, to sort and deliver millions of pieces of mail, ensuring every soldier received their connection to home. They worked around the clock, in unheated, rat-infested warehouses, often facing skepticism and hostility from male counterparts. The unit's motto became "No mail, low morale," a stark reminder of the emotional weight carried in each letter. They cleared a 6-month backlog in just 3 months, a record-breaking achievement that boosted morale across the European theater. The 6,888th ensured that soldiers received their vital connection to home, a lifeline that sustained them through the horrors of war. Their story is a testament to resilience, determination, and the power of human connection, even in the darkest of times. These 3 groups, the Navajo Code Talkers, the Hello Girls, and the 6,888th Battalion, represent the true unsung heroes. They faced immense challenges, cultural suppression, sexism, and racial segregation, yet they persevered. Their stories remind us that heroism comes in many forms, often from those on the margins, whose contributions are overlooked. They didn't just win battles, they preserved the very fabric of communication, ensuring the flow of information. Their impact on American democracy and military strategy is immeasurable, a legacy that continues to inspire. These voices, once whispered in secrecy or dismissed by prejudice, now echo loudly through history. They didn't just save lives, they saved the very idea of American democracy. December 7th, 1941. A day that would forever alter the course of American history. The attack on Pearl Harbor plunged the nation into war, igniting fear and uncertainty. Across America, radios crackled with news, and communities grappled with the unthinkable. Yet, for thousands of Japanese Americans, this day marked a different kind of turning point. Families were at home, children played, and shopkeepers opened their doors, just like any other Sunday. They were American citizens, contributing to the fabric of their communities. But the shock of war quickly gave way to suspicion, fueled by prejudice and wartime hysteria. Whispers turned into accusations, and loyalty was questioned based solely on ancestry. Politicians and media amplified these fears, painting an entire community as a threat. Radio broadcasts spread rumors, creating an atmosphere of distrust and panic. Japanese American fishermen, farmers, and students suddenly found themselves under intense scrutiny. Their lives, once ordinary, were now shadowed by fear and uncertainty. On February 19, 1942, President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed Executive Order 9066. This order authorized the forced removal and incarceration of over 120,000 Japanese. Families were given mere days, sometimes hours, to pack what they could carry. They sold businesses, homes, and possessions for pennies on the dollar. Pets, cherished belongings, and entire lives were left behind. The journey began at assembly centers, often racetracks or fairgrounds. They lived in converted horse stalls, a stark symbol of their deed. From there, they boarded trains, their destinations unknown, their freedom lost. They were transported to 10 remote incarceration camps, scattered across desolate landscapes. Life behind the wire meant cramped barracks, shared facilities, and constant surveillance. Families endured harsh weather, from scorching summers to freezing winters. Despite the injustice, the internees demonstrated incredible resilience. They built schools, cultivated gardens, and created communities. Children played baseball, finding moments of normalcy amidst the confinement. Newspapers were published, offering a voice and connection to the outside world, even behind barbed wire. The spirit of community and hope endured. While their families were incarcerated, young Japanese American men faced a profound dilemma. Should they fight for a country that imprisoned their loved ones? Many chose to prove their loyalty, forming the all-Japanese American 442nd Regimental Combat Team. They trained rigorously, preparing for the battlefields of Europe. The 442nd became one of the most decorated units in U.S. military history. Their heroism was exemplified in the rescue of the lost battalion in France. They fought with unparalleled bravery, earning countless medals and honors. Their sacrifice underscored their unwavering loyalty to America, despite the injustices they faced. As the war ended, the camps began to close, and internees prepared for an uncertain homecoming. Many returned to find their homes and businesses lost or occupied. The process of rebuilding their lives, both materially and emotionally, was immense. Children returned to schools, striving to catch up on lost years of education. Community gatherings helped heal wounds and foster a sense of belonging. Decades later, in 1988, the U.S. government formally apologized for the internment. The Civil Liberties Act provided restitution and a long-awaited acknowledgement of injustice. The Japanese-American experience stands as a powerful testament to resilience. It reminds us of the fragility of freedom and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Their story is a vital lesson in civil rights, vigilance, and the pursuit of justice. May we never forget the lessons learned from this dark chapter in American history.